H. Holmes was known as one of the most iconic serial killers ever to have lived. He's also known as one of the first in American history. He was a smart man who pursued an education in medicine with his dark aspirations at the forefront of his mind. He was immensely skillful when it came to working with bodies. Holmes thought of a wonderful opportunity for himself and eventually built his large 3-story hotel in Chicago, which became known after his terror had ended as the Murder Castle. During its construction, he would fire and hire numerous contractors so that no one team could know everything about the building, which was designed to trap and murder just about anyone who stayed the night.
Wow. So he built a full-on murder, like that is not only just a murder house, that's like a murder hotel. That's a murder castle. That is a full-on thing developed just to kill people. That's scary. That's definitely scarier than the pig's teeth. Like this guy, because like you go there, you're just like, I'm gonna go spend a night at this hotel and it's gonna be great. And then you're not gonna wake up because you're gonna be dead now in the murder hotel.
In his earlier years, Chase captured and
sometimes
using their entrails to make a raw smoothie to keep his heart from shrinking.
What?
In December of 1977, after being briefly institutionalized for injecting rabbit's blood into his veins, Chase began a month-long killing spree. Several of his 6 victims showed signs of post-mortem and consumed in manners that would get this video demonetized.
Oh my gosh, man. How did this guy only get institutionalized for a brief period? He was literally like injecting himself with eating smoothies of possums or what to keep his heart good? Like what? That's not normal, man. You need to be like locked up and dealt with before we can send you back out in the world like unsupervised. Like, oh yeah, no worries. He's a week later, he's solved from his like possum eating smoothie ways. Like, holy moly, that guy's messed up.
A U.S. Navy veteran who spent years trying to turn himself into a tiger. He was known as the Catman, but his real name was Dennis Avner. He was one of the scariest looking people you could ever come across. He had at least 14 body modification operations to try and change himself into a literal cat. He had whiskers, cat ears, and even a mechanical tail that he could actually wag. But the operations didn't stop there. He had to split the top of his lip. He made his ears pointed. He got silicone implants in his cheeks and forehead.
Oh my gosh.
And had filed his teeth to make them look more cat-like.
That's crazy, guys. That's actually insanity. I don't even know if that's scary. That's just like full-on weird. And what is it? Are those supposed to be whiskers? Because those are like nails coming out of his lips. That is weird, dude. I don't know what could possibly compel you to want to be well, actually, I get it. I would want to be a tiger too, but like not change my body into one. That's weird, man. That is weird. What is good, guys? Welcome back to Central Dark. I'm your host, Nicholas Playlog, and today, my friends, we're gonna be looking at the scariest people who have ever lived. Let's get into it.
Spanish Inquisition. It was formed with the purpose of finding Jews and Muslims who had claimed to have converted to Catholicism, but were suspected of being insincere in their conversion. Once found, these people would be tortured, and in many cases, brutally murdered. From 1483 to 1498, a man by the name of Tomás de Torquemada was the head of the Spanish Inquisition, presiding over it with almighty authority. And under this authority, the tribunal submitted many seen as non-believers or heretics to extensive forms of torture in order to force a confession.
Oh god, yeah. No, you know, it's the torture, guys. It's the torture that really gets me. Like, if I'm gonna die, if you're gonna have to murder me, like, just make it quick. Make it happen, like, guillotine me or, like, face or whatever. But the torture, oh my gosh, no. Yeah, scary. Don't like that at all.
The Asario Mudman are some of the most terrifying people in the world. They're a tribe living in Papua New Guinea who are known for wearing scary clay masks decorated with pig's teeth. They paint their skin white, they elongate their fingers with pieces of bamboo, and nobody knows when or why they started being so terrifying. Even the Mudmen don't know when their tribe started making these freaky masks, though they believe it's been going on for hundreds of years. In the Asario culture, when two people get married, everyone wears their traditional costumes to the wedding.
Wow. Okay, you know what? That's not actually that scary to me. That's just kind of interesting. Like, I want to know the history of why pig's teeth has anything to do with like your culture and putting it onto a mask and whatever. Like I guarantee if I saw that thing, like, or if I saw somebody wearing that mask coming into my room at night, I would be scared. But honestly, right now I'm kind of just interested, like, where did that come from? Why did we start that, guys?
When money gets tight, people often turn to ramen to save money on groceries. In the late 1970s, Joachim Crowl went to the drastic measure of flesh of his 13 murder victims. In 1976, Crowl was pegged as the murderer of Marion Ketter when her remains were found blocking the water pipes of his apartment building.
What?
Ketter's parts were also found in Crowl's fridge and boiling in a pot of water. When questioned on eating his victims, Crowl quite literally said it was to save on grocery store bills.
It was to save on grocery store bills. Wow. I mean, you know, maybe just try no frills, or like the guy said, ramen, you know? You'd think that the amount of effort and time it would take, and you know, we're going down this rabbit hole right now, guys. The amount of effort and time it would take to eat someone would be like more than just going and buying some ramen, or maybe like working an extra shift or something. Holy.
Horus is perhaps best known for his execution method referred to as the Brazen Bull. Designed by a Greek artist named Perilos, this device was a large metal bull statue that was hollow in the belly and had tubes running from the inner chamber to the mouth and nose of the bull. The chamber had a door that would allow people to be shoved inside and then locked in.
No.
A fire was then lit beneath the bull, and the person inside was alive. The tubes were designed as an acoustic device that would convert the tortured screams of a victim into what would sound like a bellowing bull, clearly for the entertainment of all.
Oh my gosh. That is sick. That is sick, guys. Could you imagine? Could you actually imagine? It's like, all right, your fate has been decided, like, pushing, like, decree. You're gonna go to the brazen bull. Oh God. Oh God. You know, I'd actually have to myself before I got into that thing, because that would just be way too horrible.
Beyond his wide-eyed stare, Manson earned the title of one of America's creepiest criminals for his ability to brainwash more than 100 of his followers. He was even able to twist their minds into committing heinous crimes throughout California. Members of Manson's cult, the family, were linked to more than 30 killings, including the deaths of Sharon Tate and Leno and Rosemary LaBianca. Manson's own demented mind led him to believe that he was the harbinger of the apocalypse.
Yeah, no, I mean, Manson was definitely a scary dude. There is no denying that. If there was to be, well, actually, I don't even want to frame it in that way. I was gonna say though, the one, you know, like about this whole story, like kind of fun thing, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Great movie, highly recommend. But that guy and everything that he was a part of, ridiculous, insanity. He's a scary man.
Elizabeth believed in the finer things in life, namely herself. She was infatuated with her own image and making sure that she looked beautiful. Elizabeth had many female servants, and some accounts from those days claim that Elizabeth would those young girls and fill a tub with their blood, bathing herself in it to keep herself young. These young girls would come from all around to work in Elizabeth's castle of terror, considering how many open positions there were on a regular basis. Parents would send their daughters off with joy in their eyes, unaware of the torturous plans Elizabeth had in store for them.
Wow. Yeah, like the guy right in there, he's talking about like all the open positions that are like always available, because she's literally murdering them all. Damn, that's like, you know what, like she's obviously like I don't know if she ever practiced witchcraft, but that's all, like, that's verging on witchcraft right there, where you're trying to capture in the beauty of, like, these young girls to keep yourself youthful. Like, I feel like I've seen that in a movie before. Yeah, that's a scary lady.
Wife to Karl Ottocock, the commandant at Buchenwald concentration camp. Cock was known for her brutality toward prisoners and for hand-selecting victims whose skin appealed to her. Those picked by Cock were flayed so the devilish mistress could turn it into luxury items like lampshades and a handbag that she frequently kept close.
Oh, wow. Wow. I knew that there was gonna have to be a coming up on this thing at some point, but wow. You filleted them and you turn them into handbag? Like, those are people, man. That's a person handbag. That's insanity. That is so far from the realm of reality. Like, I don't even know what to say about that, guys. Like, comment down below, like, what this person was on the crazy scale. But, like, whatever infinity is, like, that is how crazy that person was. Well, there you have it, guys. Those are the scariest people who ever lived. And I'll be honest, there were some there were some wackos in there for sure. But let me know who you thought was the scariest one, who you would not want to run in with in a dark alley. I definitely want to know in the comments down below. Also, please hit the like and subscribe button. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Intro? Scariest people who ever lived. Alright, outro?